They about to look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topic? Crew looking like Pentatonics, locked in, recording in tropics. In the East Big 3, Big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Talk biz while smoking exotics, we lit, never thought about it. Just they about to look at the shit that I'm on, why don't we get in topics? Sitting way back, all black, I'm talking, feeling like Shaq, I weigh my options. In the East Big 3, Big Bronzy B, way good, he working on optics. Talk biz while smoking exotics, it's RCR the project, it's saucy.
What's up, everybody? RCR Presents MSD Sports. My name is Sam, also known as Wabi K. We got Mikey over here, and we got Camden over here. And let's go, episode 28. Mikey, introduce yourself, Mikey, introduce yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man, Michael John. Last name is DeStefano, and I'm coming to you out the 02135.
Yes,
y'all know
sir.
what it is, episode 28, MSD, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, Mikey. Camden. What's up?
What's going on? You know what it is. It's your boy, Mr. Club Paradise, a.k.a. Camden Lee, and I'm with the greatest trio ever assembled, MSD Sports. We're back with another one. It's episode 28. I know, we down to about one episode a week, you know what I'm saying? I know we've been kind of a little slow burn recently, but don't worry. You know, one of our crew came back from vacation. He was enjoying his time. So I'm hoping that, in the next coming weeks, next coming months, you're going to have us a little bit more often, a little bit more doing our things. A couple things going to be in full swing. But episode 28, YBK.
Yes, sir.
No, what we doing tonight? What's popping?
Oh, yes, sir. Episode 28 agenda. Let's get it. We're going to talk about the MLB today. We're going to talk about our teams. David, you and I are wearing our respective teams. We're going to talk about the Yankees. We're going to talk about the Red Sox. And we also going to talk about the emergence of the National League West, guys. They had a crazy start. NBA, Mike Malone fired. Oh, my goodness. What's Denver doing? Few NBA games left, guys. Season ends in, April 13th. Today's April 9th as we record, so we got a few days left. Cavs secured the number one spot in the East, and we also going to talk about that legendary talk, guys. NBA MVP talks, and also we're going to talk about some Masters, guys. Oh, it's been news since we talked about some golf, and we're going to wrap it up with some nice UFC news coming up. You know who's going to be by Michael John DeStefano. And let's get it, MLB, guys. We're going to start off with the American League East, of course, our teams, but we'll start off with the Yankees, guys. I mean, the Yankees right now, what are they, 7-5? They're avoiding the sweep today in Detroit. But, man, I want to talk about their struggles with left-handed starting pitching, which was a problem from last year, and it's the same thing this year, guys. We have a different lineup, but this lefty starting pitching, Mikey loves these lefties. But we have an issue and a problem because we can't hit these guys. What's going on? I don't know, guys. How do you guys feel about this?
I mean, listen, I understand that, with your little torpedo drums, y'all thought, everything was going to be nice and dandy. First week of the season, everything was going to be on and popping. But you guys kind of came down to earth a little bit, you know what I mean? 7-5, I think it's one of those things where I feel like right-handed pitchers, you guys are able to slug. I think there's a lot of right-handed pitchers in the game today, and there's a lot of fast-throwing heat. Lefties, it's a little bit different. You got more sliders, got more off-speed pitches, got more cutters. And again, you're playing a lot of these guys away. So, you know what I mean? You're 3-3 in terms of your away, games, which is, pretty much 500. So you're not necessarily, batting or doing well on these away games. Michael John, I'm wondering, how you feel about these Yankees just, kind of starting off a little hot and then kind of cooling off as the temperature starts to rise.
Yeah, that's baseball. I feel like the bats was going crazy week 1 and 2, obviously. Or it's only still basically week 2 right now, not even over.
Week 2 right now. Mm-hmm.
But you always going to come back down to earth, called regressing to the mean. So even if you're playing trash, you're going to play a little better. And if you're playing out of your mind, you're going to come back down to earth a little bit. So I feel like the bats ain't really an issue. It's really if the pitching rotation, if you can get some solid relief pitching and some solid innings from your starters, like especially not maybe like the Stromans of it all, you know what I mean? Like the back end, because I'd be thinking the same thing to myself, like, okay, like, yeah, Max Fried, maybe he gonna be nice, right? But who's gonna be the guy in the back end of the rotation? So I ain't worried about I ain't worried about the Yankees. I ain't worried about the Blue Jays. I ain't worried about the Orioles. I ain't worried about the Rays. I'm worried about myself right now.
I have the one of the questions I have for YBK is
Yeah,
we think about this offseason with the New York Yankees and kind
yeah.
of what we spent or what you guys spent money on. Do you feel like, based off of the offseason moves, it was enough, or do you feel like you guys could have did a little bit more, or it's like, hey, these guys are still new to the bullpen and kind of in terms of the pitching on the Yankee side, they just need a little bit to kind of get ready.
Yeah, I feel like in the offseason we did make a couple moves. We got Goldschmidt from the Cardinals. We got trade from Cody Bellinger. We didn't get some bullpen help. We got the closer from Brewers, Devin Williams. But right now, I feel like the sample size is too small. We've only played 12 games here, so it's not really much. We can't really say. I feel like we have to wait, give it like a couple months, and then we can be like, okay, we can kind of see because we have a bigger sample size. But I feel like, yeah, but it just sucks to see the same issue we had last season kind of repeat and show itself to us this season, which is like kind of scary to me. And I'm saying, like, if this was the issue last season, wouldn't you think about that in the offseason and try to work with that, right? But I know it's baseball, so we have to kind of wait and see and make it marinate.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's kind of like right now, I'm in the middle of a swing change, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing with golf. And it's, I mean, I'm not I used to been playing, fours and fives, and I'm doing all right, a couple threes here and there. Now I'm ballooning back up to fives and sixes and sevens, and I'm feeling like I'm trash again. It's just, I think it's one of those things where when you're implementing kind of new situations or you're implementing a new technique, especially if you're trying to do it right, it takes a minute for it to get right. Now, when it comes to the Yankees, I hope it never gets right because you already know what I'm rocking. But I do feel like you give it some time, and you're in a tough division. Like it's the ALL East. Like we're gonna be talking about another team in a little bit. You already know what it is. But we battling. And it's the beginning of the season.
It's true. It's very early. It's very. But I have one question, guys. About it's not Yankee. I guess it's Yankee related. So the Yankees versus the Detroit Tigers at Detroit in Comerica Park, and this couple 3 days right here. They changed their game time because the weather was too cold. How do you guys feel about that?
What you mean by too cold?
I'll tell you my opinions first before we go. Then.
Well, can you give me the cold?
It is cold. It is in the 30s and the 20s. Like it's cold. It's cold. It's true. It's cold. But I'm like, in football, these athletes play in the extreme weathers too. Soccer, I think, as well, right? I don't know if they cancel soccer.
Yeah, soccer does a little something. Yeah.
But it's like these football players it's like -0 more. It's degrees less than 0, and I feel like. And I know it's not baseball like weather to play because when you think of baseball, it's like summertime, right? But it's like, why not just this game or this series kind of like, I don't know. For me, I didn't like it. It's like, this kind of changes the times of the fans that bought the tickets beforehand or something, everything changes. The plan changes because the players are too cold. So I don't know
what was the time change. They were supposed to start early and then they started later, you mean?
I think it's the opposite. Instead of playing at nighttime, they played in the morning time. Because they played at 1 p.m. Pacific in the first game, and then the next two was 10 a.m. 10 a.m. It's like, wow, like it feels weird.
Yeah, I feel like two things. One, switching the times that early or that quickly, I think it gives an advantage of the home team, like automatically, because if I'm a ball player coming into a new city, that first day I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna eat, where I'm gonna sleep, what the situation gonna be. So even my first game is kind of like hey, I'm just kind of getting acclimated. And if I gotta play a quick one at 1 with a quick turnaround at 10, then another quick turnaround at 10. Maybe that third game, I'm probably kind of getting like acclimated and I kind of know what's going on. But I think even then, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I mean, 20 degrees is tough. I don't really remember playing in less than like 40 or 50. Like even in October, like it does drop down to the 40s, and I get that. But I mean, 30 degrees. Michael John, do you remember playing baseball that cold, or is it just me?
I don't think it was that cold, but it kind of is what it is, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. Is we can't always change what is it? Because you can't grip the ball. The pitcher can't grip the ball. What's the real concern? Are the fans not gonna want to go because it's cold? Because people be going out in the rain. You just toss a poncho on. As long as it's not too rainy and I can hold the ball. It could be raining and they still make them pitch. So I'm a little confused, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's safety and health wise, if there's some data that says that, okay. Otherwise, if you're a little uncomfortable, then so be it. You got to play the game. It's scheduled.
I guess it's a generation of the game. Like how I guess it's different.
Yeah, I mean,
Type.
it's a little soft to me. I'm not gonna lie. I just, I understand the integrity of the game. You want guys to be able to play in acclimate weather that they're used to be playing. That's why guys go down to Florida to kind of warm up and things like that during the off season or during the winter time.
Yeah.
So I get that part. Like I'm like, okay, cool. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, bro, like y'all making millions and millions of dollars. Your contracts are guaranteed. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, too, as much as I, always want to have a disadvantage to the Yankees, I still want to make it fair. You feel me? Y'all coming in, it's 1 o'clock, 10 a.m., 10 a.m. That's just kind of not fair to y'all. So I just feel like in terms of the integrity of the game, especially this series, it's kind of a wash. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm picking Detroit this weekend. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that just seems a little fugazi on my end. But hey, you know what I mean? You got to protect the players.
Yes,
It
sir.
is. I guess that's what it is.
I'm gonna go a little numbers here, guys, right now. I'm gonna talk about my captain for a little bit because I feel like I haven't talked about my captain for a little bit in this podcast. Mr. Aaron Judge in these first 12 games of the season, guys, he's batting a 341 batting average, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a 1.2 OPS, guys. And I'll tell you this: in the month of April 2024, Aaron Judge had an average of 220, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. So in 12 games, he already tied his home runs and surpassed the Ribbies. And last year, he had a really bad April, really bad start. But this season, he's on pace for like 96 home runs, guys. I think he needs help here, I feel like. Like the addition of Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger, it's great. I was very hyped. I'm still hyped right now. But I feel like they have to kind of get their bats alive, especially Cody, because Paul Goldschmidt's a little older, but I feel like after funny fact, Cody got some food poisoning eating chicken wings.
Keep him away from the wings.
Yeah,
bro.
I was like, what's going on? That's why you struggling? Like, damn. I guess he loved them wings though, but yeah, he got some food poisoning, I heard, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? But it's still early, but I just wanted to shout out Aaron Judge to having a great start of this regular season, guys. It's amazing.
A good MVP pick you made for a prediction, and I know it was a little biased, but it's not a bad idea because he been looking like an MVP.
Yes, sir.
So far.
Yes, sir. But I feel like one thing.
Listen.
Yeah. Let's get it, David.
No. What are you about to say? Something?
No, I just wanted to say about the Yankees, which I'm thinking is let's play till trade deadline, and see what we can buy. Because right now, after Cole and Luis Gil out. Well, Luis Gil coming back in June, but still, it's a long part of the season.
There's time.
Big holes, guys, and these starters ain't getting them innings. Like they're done after 4, and I'm like, no, this is not acceptable. Like Rodon gave us 6, and Max Fried gave us 7 today, I think, but we need more. So I just want to say let's play to the trade deadline and I'm sorry, I'm so frustrated. And get some starting pitchers. Get some Cole. Having no Cole, it sucks, guys. That horse.
We got GM Sam because that's how you know this man's hot.
Look
now.
at Joe Ace. Yo Ace. We
gonna
gonna talk about your team, but Yo Ace is busting. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Damn. I didn't expect that to come out of my mouth, but damn. I'm sorry, guys, but damn.
It's okay. I understand. Heat of the moment. Yeah, I mean, Judge is gonna be Judge, and I think what I mean. At the end of the day, the question is, can somebody step up? And I think you guys are right. Playing for the trade deadline because that's what y'all gonna be dealing with. Cause we're gonna be talking about. You already know what it is. Michael Jordan, our beloved Boston Red Sox. How will we look at? I know YBK's a little hater about our boy, Garrett. So just what I'm saying, what let the people know what's been happening.
They on that Katy Perry right now because you're hot, then you're cold. Yes, and you know. Seriously though, we're 6-7. We started off. We had a win earlier versus like the Rangers, then we lost
Right.
4 or 5 in a row. Then we won 5 in a row. Now we lost 3 in a row after we lost in the 11th inning just a short while ago to drop our third in a row to the Blue Jays, who are leading this division right now. So
Crazy.
it's the bats, man. These bats aren't putting up enough numbers in the close, low scoring games. Like, we need you to, on these close games, someone's got to come up clutch. And I think that that's been gonna be a recurring issue if we don't have steady production from the batting side of it all. Maybe Trevor Story, maybe Connor Wong needs to play a little better because it looks like the bigger bats have been coming around as of late. Rafael Devers started off in an extreme slump.
Crazy.
He struck out 15 times in like the first 5, 6 games, something like that. He was doing bad. So it's interesting that we're still sitting at 6-7. So we're right there in the mix of it in the division, but we're gonna have to see where we're gonna go from here. What are you seeing so far?
I mean, this is the thing. I feel like the guys that we felt like, okay, like you're gonna be able to hold down at least like the meat part of the lineup, no problem. The rhythm hitters who we felt like, hey, like once you kind of gonna get, a couple at bats and stuff like that, you can at least get a single or a double and then kind of bring in some runs. We're not getting those. The RBIs are just trash recently in terms of what we're doing, especially late in the innings, like you were saying. I mean, I wonder about this. We've had some contracts that have been coming up, even on our end with people getting paid. Do you feel like the ink hasn't been dry too yet on a few of these guys, so they're still kind of getting that continuity? We did kind of have a little bit of a shakeup this offseason and bringing in a lot of talent. I'm just wondering if that clubhouse isn't as cohesive yet. Not that there's like any drama. I'm not saying that, but again, I'm wondering if there's a little bit of like, okay, the guys are starting to feel each other out, and it's a little bit difficult because some guys aren't batting in their normal slots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I do love the pitching. I do love what we're doing in terms of our starting pitching. I think our bullpen is still kind of a little weak and kind of still coming into some issues from time to time. But it's on these close games. It's not like it's not like we're giving up a ton of runs, but we're losing a lot of 1, 2-run, 3-run games where we're close in the first 5 innings, and then something happens in 6 or 7, and we just can't get going, can't get any traction.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Sam, what do you think about our starting pitching so far? Because I feel like I want to start there for Red Sox starting pitching. Have you seen any of like our performances or?
I feel like the only guy that kind of catches my eye is Garrett Crochet, guys. This guy has been just lights out. Past, I mean, in spring training, he did show that he's lights out, and he kind of translates back to this. And I feel like what is he 1-1 with a 1.45, 18.2 innings, guys, in 3 starts. That's what 6 innings average. That's solid. That's exactly what the Yankees need. But y'all have it. But I feel like the other parts of your rotation, it's still early, but it needs work though for sure. They're struggling. They're struggling hard. Yeah.
Trash is
Struggling
what it is so
hard,
far.
bro.
That's my biggest concern is that even when these guys who is kind of trash pitch a good game, the bats ain't bailing them out. So Crochet is sitting at a 1-1 record. He took an L and he's had 3 starts and he's given up 3 runs in 18 2/3 inning.
Yeah.
It's like we needs to win all of those games. How you
That's
let
some
him take
DeGrom
a L?
and the Mets
How you
kinda
let your
vibe.
ace take a L on those performances?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I can understand Walker Buehler, who I've been iffy on ever since we signed him. This fool has not pitched well so far.
Yeah.
He's given up like 10 runs or something. He's given up 9 runs so far in 9 innings pitched. Oh, that's great. Huh. That's great, huh? It is what it is, though. I think that if the starting pitching can come around, I will say, I know, David, you always be thinking about the relief pitchers, and I know you, rightfully so, the concern is there. You know who's really looked good in every performance he's had so far is Aroldis Chapman. So I will say he's still pitching.
He's still got the gas.
Yeah, we still have some people at the back end who, like, if we need to close the door, we can close the door. But we ain't putting up we need to figure out who's going to be clutch in those situations. So
I,
I actually
yeah.
wanted to say this. There's one player specifically I feel like maybe we'll start coming in clutch. And I don't know if y'all seen that on Netflix. They're going to be putting out a documentary because I peeped a article on ESPN the other day, and it was about Jaron Duran of the Boston Red
Mm,
Sox, who last year had a great year, and
yeah.
he's kind of steadily had better years ever since he's come in the league. But it was actually pretty crazy because I didn't know this about him. He, in his interview, in one of his confessionals in the documentary, he talks about his mental health struggles, and he talks about how he had a moment where, like, he was playing terrible. He wasn't, it didn't look good for him. His future looked bleak
Mm,
in the MLB, and he just felt like his mental health struggles brought him to wanting to take his own life.
oh my
And he
gosh.
said that he took a gun and put it on himself and tried to pull the trigger, and that, like, the gun jammed. It didn't, nothing went off. And he said that in that moment, it was like he felt it was a sign from that he's supposed to be here on Earth
Oh my
to kind of be
gosh.
here to fight, and to he has a
Wow.
story that needs to finish. So that was a really emotional moment. I felt like when I heard that one, I was like, that's really crazy. And hey, he went on to become an all-star and the all-star game MVP. So
He did.
I think that he could be a real person to boost the clubhouse morale. Because when you vulnerable like that and your teammates see you like that, I know you said like the ink is still drying for a lot of these guys, but I felt like that was a pretty cool story, and it makes you want to support like a player like that for the
Definitely.
city.
That's crazy. What a story for Duran. That's crazy. But yeah, he's a great player. He showed us great last year. But for the Red Sox, I feel like I want to bounce back to Wilyer Abreu. I mean, this man right now is carrying your offense with a 1.2 right now. It's been 13 games, but this is where teams succeed. Y'all are what, six? What did you say? 6 and 7? What was
6 and
your?
Yeah,
7.
You
6 or 7.
understand? But I feel like it's because of the Wilyer Abreu, the Christian Campbell. Even Christian Campbell, your second baseman, I've never heard of him before. He's one dotting with a 341 batting average, guys. And it's one dotting. That's amazing. That's
He's
above
young.
average.
He's
So,
young. He a young bull.
I
They
mean,
they gave him 8 years, 60 million too. They said, you know what,
oh, that was, oh,
we're gonna
wow.
wrap
He
up the
believed in
young
him.
talent. We're gonna wrap up the young talent.
Wow. So
So
y'all got your infield set. And Casas Duran is gonna give you that numbers later. So it's great to see these players kind of step up and do well to kind of uplift your offense. So I feel like Wilyer Abreu, Christian Campbell, shout out to them. They're doing a great job.
Love it. Big
your boy
money.
Bregman's doing pretty good too, David.
He's playing pretty well right now. I don't, what I'm saying, he's not playing that MVP caliber that I want him to play yet. He's kind of like the, third or fourth on the ballot. So I'm just hoping that, he kind of can get a little bit, get some juice going, catch the boy in the pinstripes, and we can call it a wonderful day because you already know where I'm at. So he's playing well enough, but again, 6 and 7 is not gonna cut it. We need better.
I wonder how Alex Bregman and Rafael Devers go along, because it feels like it was Devers' team, and then now Bregman, the MVP, the World Series winner, joins. So I feel like if there's like an ego clash, or if it's like a kind of like you're my bro now. We're in one team now. Or it could be different. So because Devers, listening to interviews, it seems like he's like that era kind of guy. Like I'm.
Well, he
I'm
took
him.
his position, but
Yeah.
Devers led the league in errors multiple times. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you coming? We got a Gold Glover right here. Sorry, like, make your career longer, get to that batting box, and just hit.
Exactly.
Be the big poppy
Exactly.
for the Red Sox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as I get my hits, as long as I get my at bats,
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we chilling.
chilling. We're chilling.
Nice.
Shoot,
Yes.
guys, have we been watching the NL West?
Crazy.
Is it just me? I don't know what is going on out here. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if it's something else. You know what I mean? The smells and all the craziness. I don't know if it's just the inflection of the Japanese culture here in California. I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you guys right now, the Dodgers, 10-3. The Padres, 9-3. The Giants, 10-4. And Diamondbacks, 7-6. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, guys, have you guys been seeing these Dodgers? They were undefeated for at least the first 7 games of the season.
Mm-hmm. And then they lost to the Nationals twice and 3 in a row.
And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what happened? Y'all was chilling undefeated, and boom, just
It was a good test for the Dodgers to they won all their homestand. They swept the Tigers, they swept the Braves. They went to Philadelphia. They lost that game. They won the other one, but they lost the series in the end of the day. And they go to the White House, meet Donald Trump, and then they verse the Nationals, and they lose the first 2 guys. It's crazy to see this, but it's very early, you know what I mean? But for me, it's like, it's kind of relieving to see, like, okay, like, Dodgers can have a 3-game losing streak. Okay, you know? So it kind of is like, okay, good. So I was kind of happy and relieved at the end of the day. But yeah, that NL West, guys, it's crazy to see on the winning percentage how it's like the standings are set up. Dodgers are 3rd right now. It's very early, but it's crazy to see that, you know? You rarely see that in the NL West. You always see the Dodgers on top. But Mikey, how do you feel about this NL West? This is competitive.
Well, they were competitive last year too. The Padres was right there last year. The Padres was sitting right there last year, and the Giants seem to be, randomly every couple years, them fools is nice. Just like randomly every couple years. Diamondbacks, we kind of had them on our radar of maybe they made a couple moves, like they're decent enough. They got some players there, and they got my boy. You know who they got. You know who they signed, who I wish the Red Sox had signed.
Corbin
Mr. Burns. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like they have the talent. There's a lot. It's a talent-rich division. In baseball, y'all, it's like you win 100 games, and it's an amazing year, and you play 162 games.
Yeah.
So it's like a 10-4 ratio is still great. Like the Dodgers can easily win the chip and not have to win 100 games. You don't have to win your division necessarily either. You just got to be the best team and most fit for the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like that's the team that's most fit for the postseason. I don't know how you guys feel. I just ain't seen the Padres do it yet.
Yeah,
I feel like San Diego don't got the juice. I might go to La Jolla for a little trip. I might take a ride out there, for a little nightlife, a little hookah bar. Feel me? But it's cool, Petco Park, but it ain't rallying the people like going to Dodgers to see the Dodgers in the Dodgers Stadium, bro. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm not surprised though so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think here's the thing, right? YBK just talked about this recently when they were talking about kind of like what was going on. They had a little bit of a homestand, so they was very comfortable being at the crib, winning at the crib, no problem. Then I got to see the orange man in the White House. That might throw me off my game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see that tan very often, so it might take me a couple seconds to kind of get reacclimated to my regular life situation. After leaving that and then having to be again, I'm away. I haven't been home, ain't have my mama's home good cooking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been to kiss my girl. You know what I mean? Hang out with my babies, chilling with my boys. You know what I mean? Everybody's wondering, how was it at the orange man's house, at the White House? Everybody's wondering what was happening. So I think, people was a little distracted. We had a lot going on, but we should be okay. So, I mean, I think the NL West might be one of the best conferences in the game today. So I'm just kind of excited to see what's going to happen and unfold later, because we're seeing kind of like this nice little conglomerate of teams right now at the top and in the middle. Let's see if this can be sustained in October.
I want to shout out one other team that we didn't plan to talk about, but I'm just looking at this team. The Los Angeles Angels, guys, they're 7-4. This man called Kyron Paris, their second baseman, is 1.6 OPS, guys. Holy, 1.6, 5 home runs, 8 RBIs. He's batting a 440. It's very early, but they did some work in the offseason, as we talked about in the pod, and they got starting pitching. They got Trout back. They got Jorge Soler. They got Ohapi, who's growing. He has a 1.1 OPS, so I want to shout out that team, and man, hopefully they keep it up because that AL West is also tough too. They got the Rangers and the Mariners over there, and the Astros, so pretty
Yeah.
competitive
They're
there
going
too.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're going
Can I
crazy.
ask y'all a question?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mike. What were you about to say?
Who do y'all think, before we dip out from the NL West, I want to know, who do y'all think could win the division besides the Dodgers? Like, if you had to pick one of those other teams besides the Dodgers to win it, who y'all got?
What year is it? It's 2025.
yes.
I might pick San Francisco. They be every other year, every 3 years on some random, when it's, you know what I mean, a odd number like this, you know what I mean, the 7s, the 5s, the 3s, 01. You know what I mean? I'm a little worried. So I'm thinking San Francisco would be my team. San Francisco Giants. That'd be my team to come out as a dark horse.
For me, if it wasn't the Dodgers, I'm choosing the Padres, guys. I mean, I feel like when you take out the Dodgers in terms of talent and you look at their roster, Padres got some great offense. Luis Arias, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis, Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth. If they all pop off at the same time when it's needed, when it's like important after the trade deadline, after the All-Star break, this team can do damage. And I mean, not dissing the Yankees, I guess I am. Even the Dodgers said the Padres-Dodgers was the World Series, right? Like, that was the series to watch, and it was competitive. It was actually a competitive series, so Padres are a team to look out for, in my opinion.
Arias isn't even popping off yet, because I was kind of looking at, like, running
Exactly.
through who's really putting on so far this year. And if you look at the list for batters in the National League, the Padres is going crazy, because Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis both in top 5 for batting average.
Yep.
You got Tatis already is up to 16 hits, and Machado's got 15 of them things. And Machado's got 5 stolen bases already too. I'm like, what? Like,
oh, wow.
dang.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is crazy kind of to see.
Tatis got 5 too.
And to wrap up that one, I think actually the Padres do have a shot here, but I got to see some more. I got to learn a little bit more about that pitching rotation to give y'all a deeper answer.
I feel like season Michael King is a good one too. And I feel like there's another guy, I forgot his name. His name is, I think, Vasquez. Yeah, I feel like he's good too. He's solid. So if they all three click too, because they're all ace material, them 3 pitchers. So
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
YBK.
Yes.
You know, our assistant GM just threw something on my desk that I forgot to tell you.
Oh,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
I was
Let me
supposed to
know.
do this for you. I was late. I was rushing today. I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Vladdy Jr.
Oh, yes.
Vladdy Jr., can you let the people know?
Oh,
Vladdy Jr., I was about to stay by this.
I
forgot. I was supposed to put it on your desk. It was supposed to be on the thing. You know what I mean? I went to go see my, you know what I mean, my little thing before I got to see you. So my bad. That's on me. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, GM YBK is in the building. Sir. I told him I needed him to be here.
Big news.
We had some crazy news because, you know, when it's big money and it's big time, I'm always trying to figure out how my man be feeling. And again,
big news.
Michael John, I'm very sorry that I was just rushing. I didn't get it to the desk in time. But YBK, what's going on,
bro?
baby? What happened?
My brothers. We talk about this Vladdy extension. We talk about Vladdy, the free agent of next year, but that became canceled as Vladdy Guerrero Jr. signs an extension with the Toronto Blue Jays, a 14-year, $500 million contract with the Toronto Blue Jays. And I'm not done. It includes a $325 million signing bonus. And all that guaranteed. $35 million AAV, everybody. Congratulations, Vladdy. Guys, how do you feel about this? This is crazy. Vladdy's going to be in the AL East for 15 years, guys. 14 years, I'm sorry.
Listen, shout out to Vladdy Jr. Your daddy was nasty, okay?
Yep.
And now you daddy was good. Your daddy was good. He was a play. Now you getting big time money. Your daddy got like good money. He said, oh, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pick up the check, generational wealth, money that's gonna change the history of his people's and then some. He already came for money. Now he gonna even have big money. He can't tell the Guerreros nothing no more. Michael Jordan, what we feeling?
It's good money. I think on par with what I expected him to get. If Juan Soto got 15,750, right? Something like that. This is a good contract because it's what the market dictates. Uh, he's a star, got star power, and that boy can hit. Easy as that. Why not lock him up? And they playing well right now. They on a 3-game winning
Yeah.
streak, and they sitting in the top of the division at this point so far. So they must be feeling themselves right now. Good job to get it out the way. Young superstar, and now you don't got to worry about it. You got your young superstar. Let's keep building now. So, you lay the foundation and you build up from there. Good for them. Good for Vladdy, bro.
I love it.
All right, this is my opinion about this.
Yeah, I had to sneak that in before our next segment.
I got one thing I want to talk about this extension is if I was Vladdy, like, why not ball out this year and test free agency? I feel like you could have got more money if you balled out this year. If you gave me your 2021 season one more time, because in 2021, guys, he played every single game. Oh, I guess -1. 48 home runs, 111 RBIs, 311 batting average, and a 1 OPS. So I'm like, if you give you that again, I feel like it'll be more than 500 million, in my opinion, if you tested free agency. But I guess you want it to be a full legacy Blue Jay, I guess, for your life.
Yeah, I think it was a family decision more than a money decision, and I felt like they gave him enough where it's like, okay, I could be happy here, and I'm not,
I guess.
I could go back in 5 years, 10 years from now, and still feel okay.
I guess, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy money right there. I mean, his pops, too, is a bona fide
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, like we talking real good.
Like legendary.
He's not even halfway to what his pops did.
Nah, not even close.
Not yet.
I don't think close yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And Vladdy Guerrero or Vladdy Jr., right? He's
Yeah.
a power hitter, but let's see him too if he could get on base a little bit more. Because I feel like if we look at Vladimir Guerrero Sr.'s career stats, he batted .318, 449 home runs, 1,496 ribbies. Wow. That's nasty.
Career
That's
900 OPS is crazy.
Yeah.
Career. That's nuts.
Yeah. So
That's crazy work.
But nah, big ups to him. You know when they say what we say over here, put the money on the flow.
Money on the
Put
flow,
the money
baby.
on the flow.
Damn. I mean, good for the Blue Jays. I feel like they really wanted him. They signed Santander. They tried to please him. And I feel like a lot of talks were happening in the offseason, and they finally got what they got because I feel like I agree with what you said, David. I feel like the family really wanted Vladdy to stay. And it's kind of huge to kind of be in one team all your career now in this generation of sports too. So I feel like it adds that too. So I mean, it's good for him, but I still feel like he should have tested free agency and maybe joined the Yankees. He would have been crazy here.
You want everybody to join the Yankees. Everybody and their mama, that's what you want. You want them to join the. If Shohei was up for free agency,
hell yeah!
want
Bring him
to join.
in. Bring him in. Of course, as long as you're good, you bring him in.
Listen, y'all crazy.
Wow.
So we just was talking about big money. We was talking about people getting paid. We talking about, you know what I mean,
Yes, sir.
the life-changing situations. But in every single time, in every life, there's ups and there's downs. There's making money, and then there's losing money, and there's having a job for life and getting out. And you know what I'm saying? One of these situations when it comes to the NBA, the Denver Nuggets coach, Mike Malone, was fired with 3 games left in the season. And the GM was told he will not be back next season. Guys, 3 games left, 4th in the West. Does this make sense? Or are someone smoking crack? I'm just wondering. I've never done it. But I'm just wondering if this sounds like a crackhead decision to me.
We all trying to figure it out, I think, still. I think Wendy's still out there and Shams is still out there trying to figure it out. This, to me, crazy. I was genuinely very surprised. When we talked about Taylor Jenkins getting fired, and I was like, yo, what the hell? This is even double, triple that. I'm confused. I'm very confused. And I know they have a little bit of a losing streak that they're sitting on, but Jamal Murray been out and they lost 4 games. So it's like now, before you're trying to go on one more big playoff run with Yoke, I don't know. I'm perplexed.
Same. I'm shocked. And guys, the Nuggets won the championship 2 years ago, and you fire your head coach. So I'm thinking here, there's some crazy conflict between the two parties, the team and the coach, and I felt like it was so crazy enough that they had to fire him, to the point, because I feel like you don't fire a championship coach, you know what I mean? Like, and the team is about to be, like what you said, David, fourth in the conference. Playoffs about to start in a week, and you're trying to, the interim's gonna come in now and trying to take over. It's like, yeah, I'm just confused and confuzzled. That's a new word, confuzzled,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm confuzzled.
Confused
that's
and puzzled. Confuzzled. Let's get it.
I love it. I love it. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we all know Mike Malone is an old school coach. You feel me? He about that old school life. He likes that old school way of thinking. He's hard on his players. But I think when this new softer generation of NBA superstars or NBA stars in general, I think it brings a little bit of that hard nosed situation. It kind of messes it up a little bit. I mean, my problem with this whole thing is Joker liked Mike Malone. So if your star player rocks with your head coach, what's the problem? Like, if it's the whole joint is to make my star player happy and my star player rocks with the head coach, why am I going on, a press run, or I have to bow to the knee to the rest of these bums who ain't averaging a triple double, a 60-point triple double, on a regular basis? I feel like that's ridiculous. It make sense. Michael John, does that make sense to you? If you're the star player and you like the coach, does the sixth man get a say on whether he likes the coach or not? I feel like he shouldn't.
Well, it depends on if he really does like the coach or not. I feel like he's indifferent. Jokic, whenever we see him, he be chirping. Like last week, he was chirping at the teammates. He was not happy with their performance one night. I remember seeing him. He was on the sidelines.
Yep.
I never really seen him argue with Mike Malone. And Mike Malone, he calls players out. You said it. He's old school. Watch the film. Let's get better. And he called his players out. He's like, he was even like almost like kind of mocking them, but saying like, they're going to say, Coach, you bugging. Coach, you bugging. Nah, you're not watching film. That's why we lost, because you're not watching film. That's how he sounds in his postgame interviews. It brought the Nuggets a franchise record amount of wins. It brought the Nuggets a championship, but I guess that's it. I think timing is everything, and I can't believe they didn't just let him have one more run. To think that this is a good idea, but hey, let me bite my tongue. Let me hold my word right now, because 3 weeks from now, if they on a run, we might be saying, wow, what a smart timing for the move, but I'm not sure if the ends will justify the means anyway in this case.
If they win a chip, then it's the greatest decision I've ever seen. But I'm like, you know what I mean? The guy won a chip not too long ago. It kind of doesn't really. If you're a head coach and you win a championship, you good.
Exactly.
Like you're not trash, bro. Like you're not how hard it is to win those things. You're not trash. Like so, like, and I understand you're one of the best players in the world, but still, you still got 12 other dudes on the team that you got to coach and move and everything like that. And Jamal Murray, who's been injured in and out the lineup at least for the last couple of years, even when he got injured that first time, Mike Malone was like, "Yo, I got you, bro. Don't worry, we ain't gonna trade you. We ain't gonna get rid of you." Now they did him dirty, doing him dirty.
Yeah, no one's safe. That's what it means. Just
Nobody.
like Taylor Jenkins, just like Luka and AD, ain't no one safe.
Nobody's safe.
So.
Let's get Jokic
Actually,
to the
speaking about
Lakers.
safe, this is a good question because I know we talking about safety, player safety.
Yeah.
Last night, I seen a nasty play. I'm sure y'all seen it, or at least the highlights, because Jalen Wells, starting rookie for the Memphis Grizzlies, he went down hard. Did y'all see the play? What that happened? They was playing the Hornets.
He went right under him. Went right under him on that.
Yeah, you think that was a dirty play? Because I feel like we was talking about this one. I was talking about this with a few people saying like, is it really a dirty play? Was it more inadvertent? Was it accident? I think it was inadvertent and it's still a dirty play.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it was. It's like It's like when someone's going up for a layup, and instead of trying to go for like you try to go for the ball and you run into them as well. Like I think it's one of those things where you're not aware and you allowed yourself to do something stupid. I think that, and then someone got hurt, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Dirty plays are not just about the fact that you had ill intentions about, you know what I mean, trying to hurt somebody. Dirty plays are the fact that your mind and your ability wasn't conscious enough, so you decided to do something stupid. It's like driving a car. You know what I mean? People drive all the time. Ain't no problem with it. It's when you decide to drink and drive. That's a decision. That's when then you get in an accident. That's you just being dirty. If you get in an accident when you're sober, that's just life being all jacked up. So I think it's one of those situations. I mean, YBK, how do we feel? Do we feel like that was a dirty play? Do we feel like it was even warranted based off of the score and the fast break that was happening?
Yeah, prayers to Jalen Wells. That's crazy. I've never seen an injury where a player like kind of knocks out. Like he's like frozen in the ground and kind of like it kind of like makes you afraid and gets you scared. So prayers to him. But yeah, it was a dirty play, guys. At the end of the day, that shouldn't have happened. And man, that was a terrible, terrible fall. And yeah, at the end of the day, it was dirty, guys. It was hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
Do you think that when someone gets injured bad like that the perpetrator should be held accountable? For example, Jalen Wells is a starter on a team that was going to the playoffs, and now he's got a broken wrist and a bad head trauma. So, do you think that like there should be a sort of punishment? I think obviously for me, I think it would be a worse punishment if it was more maliciousness. I don't think this was a malicious play, but I do feel like you need to be punished. Whether it's 1 game suspension or 2 game suspension, I feel like a flagrant 2 is warranted. You're out for the game, but you gotta miss 1 game check or
How many?
something.
I wonder how many games are left because I would suspend him for the rest of the season. I'd suspend him for 3 games, and I give him probably a $200,000 fine or $100,000 fine. I feel like $500,000 is more for fighting, so that's where I can't really justify that situation. But a man got a broken wrist and a head contusion. That's practically like him getting in a car accident. Okay, like it. I just can't. There's got to be player safety. You know what I mean? You let people land. It just was dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
Should have
I mean, who was the perpetrator? That's the real $1 million question. Was it a bum? I think it was. So you know what I
Youngin,
mean?
a youngin. That's what I mean. It's not even about. I feel like you got to learn your lesson, right?
That's what I'm saying. Give him $200,000 in 3 day a 3 game fine. Feel like that's fair. If it was the regular season at the start of the season, I'd give him a 10 game fine, maybe 5. But you can't do stupid stuff. You gotta be conscious of what's going on. That's just what it is.
Definitely.
I mean, guys, speaking of stupid stuff, did you guys see the Lakers play the Thunder the first time? We smacked them. Game that work. Let them know what the playoffs
Smacked
was.
him.
Did y'all see the second game down by a couple Johns and Luka gets ejected for talking to a fan? Are you dumb, stupid, or slow? Make it make sense. What's going on? Do we feel like the NBA is trying to kind of spice up this rivalry in the situation, Oklahoma City and the Lakers? Because we might see them in the Western Conference Finals. Are we trying to beat up on Luka? Michael John, what's the situation, baby? What's up?
The refs don't like Luka. The refs don't like Tatum either. They think he's always complaining. Just like how Tatum got a technical the other night, then NBA rescinded it. It's the same thing here with Luka. There's some younger players they don't like because they be talking too much. If you talking with a fan, let the person talk to the fan. On the other hand, he already got a technical foul for arguing earlier because he thought Jared Vanderbilt had gotten fouled, so he was arguing with the ref about it. So it's like, on the other hand, don't even get a first technical because otherwise you ain't getting ejected. right? You're not going to get ejected just because if you get 2 technical fouls now, you're out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yep.
So that's how I look at it. Maybe the referee didn't realize in a moment because even the guy in the court said it kind of like it might have looked like he was talking to the ref because the ref was like over by where I was at. So that's the spice. Now, this is my question, Sam. You think they would have won if Luka stays in that game, or do you think that there's a 20-point swing? Because at that point, the Lakers was up 108, 107.
Yeah, we were
and
up
then the game ended like what?
136, 120.
136, 120 or something like that?
I feel like we could have definitely won if Luca was there. 7 minutes left. We were up by 1. Just try to close it. Braun was pretty good too in that game as well, 28 points. So I feel like it would have been a game changer. It just sucked to see him leave in the fourth quarter, guys. Like where it's time to crunch time, close time. You know what I mean? Like, and you get our number 1 player out. You're like, oh, come on now. Like it's over. The towel,
Yeah,
throw the
icer.
towel. It's done. We only got
He ices people.
40-year-old
for sure.
Braun. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I think at the end of the day too, it's like Luka's one of those things where he's a star player. Give him some leeway. Michael used to talk. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Don't let it fool you. Kobe used to talk. Don't let it fool you. Chris Paul still talking. He ain't playing a lot of minutes, but he's still talking. Come on, guys. Like if you're that nice, you gotta let it rock.
Legend Larry was a big trash talker, but you gotta just keep
talking
it
that
away
big
from the
stuff.
refs, bro. When you cry about fouls, that's why you think SGA be getting his fouls. Does he chirp? Does he talk? Is he
He
does
send
he
gift baskets to the refs before games. That's what
Exact-
he send the gift baskets.
he don't trash talk exactly so. But I will say this: the Lakers in that first matchup versus the
The Thunder.
Thunder
Mhm.
held SGA to 0 free throws for the first time since December
That was
2021.
impressive, guys.
Which is I've been saying to y'all since they went on their little run, since they traded for Luka. They started going their run before Luka was even playing. It's the defense, bro, that's gonna win. That's it. Plain and simple. If they're gonna do anything in the playoffs and win anything, it's the defense. So y'all better hope you can hold that spot though, because a lot of teams is creeping up. They sniffing at that number 3 spot. So you better hope that they can keep that 3 spot.
So I think
Don't fall into anything less than 4 because you need to play a home series.
No, I feel like we clinched. We're not going to play-ins after we beat the Mavericks today. Did we win? I feel like if we won. Yeah, we won today. Lakers beat the Mavericks 112-97. Luka went 45.
Right.
Luka went 45 in his home back to
Welcome
Dallas.
home.
Yes, but I think this solidifies we're not going to go to play-ins. Now it's either 3 or 6 now. So David, we good. We ain't gonna play no play-ins this time. We in the tournament. Let's get it.
Oh, we chilling.
You just want to play at home because your guys are a bad road team, but a really good home team.
Yes.
So I feel like that's my biggest concern for them
Yeah.
would be if they don't get to play at home. So let's see it. I hope the standings stay exactly as they are. Because if the Warriors get stuck in that 6 and it's Lakers-Warriors round 1, I've been preaching, please let it be that. I would love that. It would be a great round
3-6.
1.
Yeah, if
That'd be
it ended
great.
right now,
Might
yep,
have-
you're right.
Yeah. You know what's interesting too? The Clippers have been on a run, and the LA teams is now both looking pretty good. And it's got people asking who's the better team from LA. Because the Clippers, you guys seen this one?
They got right behind us.
The anomaly happened. The anomalous.
What?
Kawhi Leonard played back to back.
Wow.
Yeah. I was
Is there a
joking.
UFO sighting?
I was joking, saying it's the first time in his career. No, but he played back to back and he looked good. That's what's crazy.
Shoot.
So that's a really, really good sign. If that team stays healthy, I know Harden's always had troubles in the playoffs, and Kawhi can't stay healthy, but let them stay healthy, man. Zubac's having a career year. That'd be a decent matchup. Say if
They can definitely mess somebody's life up for sure. If Kawhi is playing back to backs, you know what I mean. If that knee is able to not swell up and get a little warmer during this LA weather, you might be able to do something. So, but yeah, I mean the West. There's a log jam in the West, guys. It's going crazy.
The Clippers got Rockets, Kings, Warriors. 3 games left.
Rockets basically only need one more win at this point to lock
get
up
their spot?
the second seed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like the Rockets and Clippers will be a good matchup, but the Clippers have a little bit more to because they want to stay out of the play-in, whereas Rockets just need to win one of them 3.
It's gonna be tough because Rockets got Lakers, Clippers. What's the next? Lakers, Clippers, Lakers, Nuggets.
Yeah,
Last 3.
wow.
That's
Give
tough.
them their best. They best of their best
Tough.
right there.
Yep. You need the
Looks like
best of the best.
The Nuggets is going to fall down. The Nuggets might have to do a play-in, which is crazy
That's
because
nuts.
four games ago, sitting at 47 and 28, they was looking pretty good, and now you've fallen to 47 and 32. That's tough.
Oh, the West is nuts, huh?
The West is
It's
nuts
fun
right
to
now.
see right now. Holy.
Yeah, the West is crazy right now, so we'll have to see how
Wow,
that shakes
that
out.
is exciting.
What's the East looking like? Is the Cavs wrapped up number 1? Is that how
Cavs got that
Oh,
number
yes, sir.
1.
Yes, sir. They got it.
Celtics chilling with that number 2 as well. So
Okay.
Celtics had a great game the other night, overtime win versus the Knicks. Knicks played real hard, and Jalen Brunson's back, but Tatum with a super clutch shot. We down 3, less than 10 seconds, took the ball up the court, little step back jab step 3 to send it to OT, and your boy Porzingis looked great, looked amazing.
Damn.
So I think that they not worried about it. They got to get there. They just got to get to the Cavs, and we'll see how that series goes. I feel like
Yeah.
I ain't got much to tell y'all about the East. I will say this. I feel like the Pacers have really surged the second half of the season, and I think they're another dark horse contender. They might find their way to a conference finals again.
Yeah.
So
They
all the East is done, huh? Everything's punched in, huh?
Yeah, everyone is punched in who's going to be in there. I
Okay.
think the only seeding that might change
Yeah.
that has a possibility of changing is the 3 and the 4 seed at this point,
2 games,
basically,
huh?
or the 5 and the 6 as
5,
well,
6,
like
yeah, I
Bucks
see
and
that. 2 games
Pistons.
each. Okay.
And then Knicks and Pacers are close enough that they got a few games left. They got to win their
They
last
do.
few games if they want to. Knicks just need to win a couple to punch that 3 seed. So
Damn, the Knicks are always
Yeah,
there,
we'll-
but they never seem to go up, huh?
No.
yeah,
Damn.
Celtics almost tied the Warriors record for most wins on the road in the season. They fell 1 game short. The record is 34 road
Damn, y'all
wins.
went 33 and 8 away. Whoa.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. So
Damn.
that's pretty impressive. That's a great feat. So let's just see if they can protect home court in the playoffs. I think
sir.
that's when you really,
That's the important part.
You need it.
yeah. I know that we're not going to have many more times to talk about this one, so I wanted to revisit before regular season ends because I want to ask y'all for one last time.
Yes, sir. What is it?
Who is the MVP of the 2024-2025
Oh,
NBA season?
Every,
This is my
every
favorite
single-
time. This is my favorite time.
You guys ask me this every so often, trying to get me to figure out who I'm gonna pick. Because the problem is, guys, and y'all know how I feel. The listeners know how I feel. SGA has been my boy, and SGA has been doing his thing. Now, he was supposed to win it last year, so I feel as though they're gonna give it to him this year, even though I feel like Jokic was the one who deserves it. So I feel like they're playing a little catch up in this situation. Jokic, you fire your coach, which means most of the season was tumultuous. You're still in the fourth, avoiding the play-in. You're putting up 60-point triple doubles. Your Robin is in and out the lineup, looking like the glass man because he can't stay healthy. I saw SGA against Luka and the Lakers, and Luka with Mr. Olay defense was locking that boy up a little bit. So my heart wants to give it to SGA, and he might get it, but he don't deserve it. That's how I feel. I don't know how y'all feel. Is it just me?
No. I mean, no. I'm a different stance. Stayed the same. Mr. Nikola Jokic. Averaging, what's his average right now? What's his? Let's whip out his season stats of this year.
Look it up real quick, James.
Let's look it up real quick. You know, overview of 2024-2025 season. This man going 30 points per game, 10.2 assists, and a 12.8 rebound season, everybody. A 30-point triple-double. And this guy is doing better than he did last year, so he's going to go back-to-back one more time.
Oh, gosh.
Let's go. Mikey, what do you feel?
This is what I'm gonna say right now. Right now, I feel like Jokic is gonna get a bad rep for what's going on with the Nuggets. The fact that they are skidding 4 games at this time of the year, and then they got their coach fired, right? 60-point triple-double performance tilted the scales in Jokic's favor for me, because they are so close. Leading the league in scoring doesn't win you the MVP, right? There's a famous time when Michael Jordan didn't win MVP that everyone said it was a robbery, right? Because Karl Malone won the MVP because he averaged like 27, 10, and 4 or 5. Okay? 69 wins and led the league in scoring, Jordan, that year, but they gave it to Karl Malone. Now, Karl Malone's Jazz was a good team that year, higher seeding than the Nuggets are. I just don't understand what if the title is most valuable player, then Jokic is getting treated unfairly, that he's having a better season than any of his MVP seasons with a good team, a solid team that can make a run in the playoffs, and he's not going to get the MVP.
But I think here's the thing, though, with that. I think he's getting the LeBron treatment. There was a moment in time where LeBron was the greatest player alive for like 10 years. Like, it was a solid 10 years. Like, every year you were like, okay, like, LeBron is the MVP. He's the most valuable player. The Cleveland years. When he left Cleveland. When he came back to Cleveland. And, like, bro, like, it's like even one of those Laker years when they won the chip. I'm like, bro, he's one of the best players in the world right now. So I think it's one of those things where you have a top 20. Top 20, okay? You take 5 guards, 5 shooting guards, 5 small forwards, 5 power forwards, 5 centers. Joker is a top 25 player, top 20 player, in my opinion. And I think right now, because of the fact that they don't want to put him over some of these older dudes, right? Guys who've been, historical giants in the league. You give him one more MVP, he's in the wilt, you know.
That's
what
I'm saying.
He's in a different, he's in the old, like, you know what I'm saying? He's in a different class. He's the 1, 2, or 3, and he might not be 3, might be 2.
Yeah.
So
I think people like to say that SGA's defense is really, really good, and it's good, but I don't know. When I be watching, I don't really think it's like, it ain't like Lou Dort. It ain't like Derek White to me.
No.
So that's where I kind of sit. And I'll say this is my last thing. SGA's got, 70 games in a row of 20 points. That's a great stat. But you know what's also in a crazy stat is 60, 10, and 10 and 30, 20, and 20. That's it.
Record.
Over.
That's all I have to say.
Close.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they're chasing greatness, and I think that's what it really boils down to. I think Joker's just in a different class, and I think we're seeing something that we've never seen before, and I'm really grateful to be able to be alive, and I'm really grateful to be able to have my crew to be able to watch these games because, 20, 30 years from now, we're going to be looking at these numbers, and you're going to be like, what in the world? Who is this ghost that was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial in the second round, who is now one of the, the greatest, one of the top, maybe top 20, top 15 greatest players of all time. Could be possible. Hey, we're all chasing ghosts out here. That's what we're trying to do. Listen, one of my favorite weeks is in the building right now. Okay? Families was touching down on their private jets on Sunday. They was having a couple of things on ESPN. I saw some of my homies, children out on the golf course. It is the Masters Weeks, ladies and gentlemen. It is Masters Week at Augusta. And when I tell you the green jacket, I know we don't talk a lot of golf here, guys. The green jacket, okay, and YBK, I know you might know a little bit, but I'm just let you know. The green jacket is the greatest achievement that you can have in golf. Okay? You get one of those puppies, you lit. You get more than one of those puppies, you legendary. Okay? Unbelievable. Some of the toughest courses in the world, some of the craziest winds, the weather be changing. We in Georgia. So some days it might be hot and some days it might be a little rainy. Now, Michael John, I know we've had some wonderful times on the course. And I miss my time because, I'm waiting for my boy to get back to, get back to the state. You know what I'm saying? Sunshine. Are you watching? Have you checked on a couple of clips? Have you heard that the Masters was this week?
Oh
Let me
yeah.
know what was going on. What's going
Oh
on?
yeah. Well, your boy Rory's coming off a dub, so I know that he gonna be up there. I know a lot of people gonna be picking Rory McIlroy to maybe take that jacket. It's been a while since he won one of these big majors. But I kind of like that the LIV Tour players has been always floating around and mixing these ones, and I like the intermingling of them the last couple years. And I don't know who my pick is yet. I might have to make you tell me yours first, and I'll let you know who I think might be got something cooking.
YBK. Just to give you a little information, there's a
Yeah.
couple guys, you know what I mean, who got the jacket. They've done the thing before, and there's a couple guys looking for the jacket. Now, my boy Scotty Scheffler, he won a jacket a couple years ago.
Oh, he already
Big
won.
chip. He's nasty.
Damn.
I got another one of my boys, Roy McIlroy. He's my guy. You already know that's my dude. He ain't won a green jacket. He looking for that
gotta get that. You
industrious
gotta get
last little one. Be this last major that he needs to get. You got Xander. I know my boy Michael John loves Xander. Got my boy Colin Makakawi, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's looking for his win too. Guys like Justin Thomas, they've been close, had meltdowns. Guys like Patrick Cantley have been close, had some meltdowns. But I'm wondering, I'm wondering when I see some of these, I think Rory is due. I think he's already had a win recently. It's given him some wonderful momentum, and I'm just feeling it might be Rory's year. I don't know. I think it might be time. He's looking pretty good, but never sign out Scotty. Scotty's nasty too. So, YBK, are you gonna catch a highlight or two? You know what I'm saying? You gonna catch a little bit of the green, little something.
I mean, today it was interesting how I didn't know the Masters was tomorrow, but on my TikTok this morning I was watching and it was like, what are the perks that you get when you win a Masters, and like a slideshow. And one thing that popped in my mind, my head was when you win a jacket, you get invited to some nice locker room where it's different. It's like only the people with the jacket go. So it's an exclusive club kind of thing. I'm like, wow, this is a very special thing. And then I think during the Masters, you can do the pregame where you can golf whenever you like. There's a lot of perks into it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know, and it was cool that you brought it up, David. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to definitely tune in because I know there's some Koreans over here that are competing. So
There's a couple wonderful Koreans that are competing that actually might have a chance.
Oh snap!
To make some big money, maybe
really?
a top 10 finish, maybe even a top 5 finish.
Top
depending
5.
Yeah, the only issue is that
Damn.
playing that Georgia weather in the spring, it's a little difficult. A lot of these guys don't really get a chance to come out during the fall to play, so figuring out what that wind's gonna look like might be a little difficult on some of those holes. But other than that, pimping, it's a wonderful course. When you can get a hot dog for $2 and a beer for $3, listen, that's my type of golf course. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Minwoo Lee, Australian golfer by parents from South Korea, Sam. So he could make some noise, my brother, and I hope he does.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I think that I really like Colin Morikawa because he always be performing well, but not sealing the deal down in Augusta. Who else? There's someone here, Zalatoris. Is that who I'm thinking of? Who's kind of nasty, always on this course, but like he can't seal the deal. But there's one player that I'm a ride with because, I think he's due for a big one. And you said it, my boy Xander Schauffele. I want him to take home a W, and I feel like he floats around up the top up there. So, Scotty Scheffler's trying to defend, and it's not
Mm,
usual that the winner can defend, but someone like Scotty Scheffler, he's been nasty, Sam, for the last few years. He's
damn.
been on top of the golf world, absolutely on fire, and he had a crazy way to win the Masters last year. Played really, really well down the stretch. He is the favorite to win the tournament. He's the favorite, and Rory McIlroy is coming in at a close second. The rest of the field is looking from behind up at these two Titans, so. I'm going either Xander Schauffele to win this or Scotty Scheffler to defend that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, going back to back, you be cemented with Mr. TW if you're getting on that well. You might be in the same conversations or at least same sentences on in terms of Masters talk if you're talking about that situation. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Hopefully on the next episode we'll let you know how big the purse was, how big the bag everybody got, and let's see if a couple brothers maybe kind of got a little something, something. Super sup. Super sup.
Yeah. There's another thing I want. Maybe we'll get into a little deeper dive with because we got. I know you like to sprinkle a little golf in here, and you know what? I got to be. Sometimes I got to sprinkle a little bit of that Michael John Octagon time on these episodes here
Oh,
because we got a big UFC card coming up Saturday, y'all. UFC 314 live from Miami, Florida. This is the best card of the year so far, stacked. Even the preliminary card has got big names on it. OGs that we love to see, young and up and coming fighters, women who's slinging that leather and trying to choke each
mm,
other out. But the main card is stacked. Watch out this week for MSD updates. I'm gonna be coming through with my predictions. But
sir.
your boy Alexander Volkanovski, he's coming
Oh,
back. He's lost
Volkanovski.
twice in a row. He's got knocked out twice in a row.
Oh,
He ain't done yet though. He's taking on the young and upcoming Diego Lopez. So Lopez has been on a tear, fighting feels like every other month, running through competition and fighting like a demon. So it's gonna be a great title fight. The former featherweight champion has decided to vacate his title because he's gonna move up a weight class. So Volkanovski's got one last chance for greatness here.
damn.
That's the main event. The co-main event is the always entertaining Michael Chandler, former
Okay.
Bellator
Yup,
champion and
yup.
always fun UFC fighter, fighting the young Irish lad, the young English lad, Paddy Pimblett.
Oh,
So
what
Patty
bad?
Patty the Batty, bro, is fighting this weekend. So you know how that goes. It's gonna be fun. And we'll get into some more of the matchups that we'll toss on there, but I wanted to just put that on y'all radar. And hey, we got a lot of exciting stuff to come for our next episode, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
excited. I'm excited. Oh my God.
Action
UFC.
packed.
Sheesh.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, guys. Woo! Damn. I like it. I love it. I love this. This is great, guys.
No, it's great. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess that's a good wrap up right there with the UFC news by Michael DeStefano. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. RCR presents MSD Sports, and that was episode 28. Everybody, my name is Sam. You can find me at YPK up in here. We got Michael John over here. You can find him over here at Michael John DeStefano, and we got Camden over here. And you can find him at Mr. Club Paradise. And you can
Yo,
find
I got one thing to say
yes,
before
sir.
we end, just because, like, obviously we kind of talked to this about this briefly before the episode started, but there was I know how the MLB sits in your heart, Sam, and there was a tragedy in the
Yes.
Dominican Republic. There was a collapsing of a nightclub, and many dear players and family members of the MLB family have been lost. So I just wanted to say, our thoughts and prayers with all the families affected, and that includes former World Series champion Octavio Dotel, as well as Pedro Martinez's family members, MLB player Tony Blanco. So So all of the people affected, to the MLB family, from one sports lover to another, our thoughts and prayers with y'all.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Praise to y'all for sure, for sure. You can find us at RCR MSD Sports. We are in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you like. If you type in RCR MSD Sports, we'll be right there. And yes, sir, and we'll see you guys on the next pod. Peace.